Good afternoon. Welcome to the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I'm with you. Today's going to be a short show. I got some stuff to do. It's going to be a short show. For real short show today. None of that short show and then it ends up being 3 hours. No. A for real short show. Thank you all for checking us out. Let me say hello and then we'll get right to it. Spoiler alert. I don't have a whole lot to talk about. All right. Erica Hummins, good afternoon. Representing Reading. She's first out the gate. Maria Smith out there in North College Hill. Good afternoon. Welcome. Dina Johnson, representing Walnut Hills. Good afternoon, Dina. Tanika. I don't want to butcher your last name. Representing beautiful Orlando, Florida. Good afternoon. Nate Livingston wrapping up the top 5. Representing Toledo. Good afternoon. Got Ronald Dixon in the house. Good afternoon, Ronald. Gloria Walker representing, I'm going to assume that's supposed to be Silverton. Good afternoon, Gloria. I might be seeing it wrong, or maybe it was a innocent typo. But I'm assuming it's Silverton. Thank you for checking out the show. Daryl Hunter, good afternoon. Appreciate you checking us out. We got Kim Moore Eberhard out there in Bond Hill. Good afternoon. Tria Gaines representing Avondale. Good afternoon. Shirley Ellis Howe representing Charlotte, North Carolina. Good afternoon. Terry Coleman in the house. He's representing, or she, Terry is representing E-Town. I can't see the picture, but by the spelling, I'm assuming it's she. Terry representing E-Town. Good afternoon. Let's see. Walter Bradley representing Jacksonville, Florida. Good afternoon. Got Melissa Lovett in the house representing Blue Ash. Good afternoon. All right. Well, that's everybody who has said good afternoon to me. And so good afternoon to you. All right. Let's get to it real quick so I can say what I got to say. Excuse me. And then get out of here. Fame. He says Etzel, representing Gross Beasy. Good afternoon. Victor Phillips, representing Claremont County. Good afternoon. All right. Just a little bit on the brawl, because I'm all brawled out. But apparently they looking for somebody else. They want to arrest somebody else who, I guess will be arrested. But they're going to find you. You ain't got to come and confess. They looking for you. They gonna find you. So you can run and tell that. I'm sorry, bad intruder. It gets me every time. Yeah, they're apparently there's another black man, if I understood the story that I wrote correctly, that they're gonna arrest, they're looking for. And we know white people are not gonna be arrested for this. Again, to me, for the life of me, I don't understand why people have such a hard time saying everybody involved was wrong. Now, you don't even have to say the black people was wrong. Enough black people done said that the black people was wrong. And the white people, they calling us animals and everything. The justice system has said that, the black people were wrong. But very few people are willing to say that them white people that was out there brawling are wrong too. I'm just one of them people who I don't mind saying it. I think it needs to be said. It needs to be said over and over because no one's saying it. And again, for me, it ceases to be about the brawl and more about justice, more about equality in our justice system. Yeah, that's really it. That's really all I got on it. I would go on and on and on, but ain't nobody really listening to me. So, we move on. Another thing that's happening, I heard Wyatt talking about it earlier, because I got a chance to peek in on his show today. Talked a little bit about the National Guard being in D.C. Excuse me. Like hiccups or something when I try to clear my throat. It always happens. Me and Mrs. Livingston, we be talking, everything be just fine. It'll be nothing all up in my throat or nothing like that. And then I come on here, and as soon as I say good afternoon, he says, yeah, okay, I'm here. I'm ready for the show. Like, no, this ain't breast. This is phlegm in my chest. Good afternoon, I'm here. I'm ready for the show. It wants to be a part of the show. So please forgive me for that. But yeah, I heard Wyatt talking a little bit about the National Guard in D.C. Of course, I don't live in D.C. I got people in D.C. The people that I know in D.C., they don't like the National Guard being there. They don't like, that heavy police presence. But there are some people there who say they like it. I was watching a news report, and you know how they do. You go out on the street, you pull some people to the side, you interview them about something. A few people were like, oh, I don't like the police presence. It makes me uncomfortable. And some people are like, oh, I love the police presence. It makes me feel safe. I got a couple issues with it. But again, I'm not there. So these are just my thoughts, just based on the idea of it, okay? But I was going to bring up something. One of the guys that was interviewed on the news in D.C. mentioned, hey, if you're not a criminal, then why would you be uncomfortable with a heavy police presence? And it was a black guy. One of them, I don't want to classify him. I want to classify him, but I shouldn't classify him, so I won't. But yeah, I don't understand how some people don't understand this. So I'll give a life experience. I'm not a criminal. I feel uneasy around police. I feel uneasy around police in part because I've had a few run-ins with police who, just because they're police, they can just choose to mess with you just because they can. I'm not saying every police officer does, but I'm saying I've told you guys the story. I don't know how many times I've told you guys the story. I don't even know that I'm going to tell the whole story. But I got my first ticket in Green Hills and was assaulted by a law enforcement official for no reason. He felt like it. That was the reason. Driving in Bond Hill, I got pulled over by police. You know why the police officer told me he pulled me over? He said, I was driving behind you and you looked like you wanted to get pulled over. I kid you not. That's what that man said. It was a black man, an older black man. That was what he said. That was why he pulled me over. I didn't know then what I know now, because I would have never given my driver's license and, all of that kind of stuff. And, it was me and two guys in the car with me in the vet. In the vet. He made them give their IDs and everything. What you pulled me over for? You was looking like you wanted to get pulled over. That there are reasons. Now, if you've never experienced it, I guess I kind of understand it. You can discount everybody else's negative experiences, right? Because a lot of people do that. A lot of people, that's anecdotal, whatever. But there's a lot of anecdotes where people are mistreated by law enforcement. That don't really count. It don't count because I haven't had that experience. Now, once it happens to you, it'll count. If it happens to you, it'll count. But for a lot of people, until it happens to you, it's not real. It's not what you worried about. You're not committing crimes. What is so hard about just showing some ID to the police when they ask you for ID? People say that. People say that. And that's just that portion of it. So I understand people who are not criminals being uneasy with a super heavy police presence. I understand that. I'll tell you another story. This is not my story. This is a story that a law enforcement agent told me. And in telling me the story, and I'm going to say this, the story might not back this up, but the person who told me this is a good person. I think they became a law enforcement official for the right reasons. I don't believe that they just run around, trying to do bad stuff to people. But it's the nature of being law enforcement, I believe. He tells this story that he was in a particular area. He had gotten a report of some sort of crime. He had gotten a report of some sort of crime. He saw a young man, he didn't say the man was young. Some other stuff he said in the story made me understand that the man was young. But he saw a man, and the man kind of fit the description. So he approached the man politely. The man was with his child, and I'm pausing a little bit because I don't want to give a lot of details because I want to be as ambiguous about who this officer is because he may have told this story to other people, and, just because. He approached this man who was with his child, and he said, I need some ID from you. I don't know exactly how he said it, but that's what he said. And the man was like, why are you asking me for my ID? Again, I'm relaying the story. And after the story, I asked some questions. So some of these details I'm filling in based on questions that I asked. So all of these details, according to this law enforcement official, are actual details of the story. The man said, why do you need some ID? Instead of telling him, there was a crime report out of a man, your height, weight, whatever. He just told him, give me some ID. The man got a little irate with him. And then, of course, he pulled out, he says the classic line, you fit the description of a suspect. I'm going to leave that alone for a minute. The man eventually gave him his ID, but he was a bit irate. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm walking in the park and you just walk up to me out of nowhere talking about you fit the description, give me some ID. So the man was irate, which to me is reasonable. But he went on ahead and gave him his ID. He, calls it in or whatever. That man was clearly not the man he was looking for. He gives the man back his ID. The man is still being irate. And this law enforcement official says, but I could see that it was making his son, little toddler, upset. And so I told him to calm down because you're upsetting your child. And he said, you can't tell me to calm down. You just stopped me for nothing and forced me to give you my ID. And he says, and I kept telling him to calm down. He was upsetting his child. He didn't calm down, so I arrested him for disorderly conduct. Now, of course, my response to this officer is, so you arrested him for nothing. And no, if he would have just calmed down, he would have never got arrested. But you could have just walked away. You, again, absent you in this situation, he's probably not upset, irate. His child is not upset. And so there is no perceived disorderly conduct. Absent you in the situation. So you created a situation that got the man upset so that you could arrest him. Now, I know you didn't, when you saw him, you wasn't like, oh, I'm going to go upset this guy so I can arrest him. When you saw him, you like, he matched the description of a suspect that I'm looking for. But there's something about authority. It's not just police. It's just people with authority. There was something about authority that, I don't want to say you get drunk with power, but I'm going to say you get drunk with power. And if I have authority over you and I tell you to do something and you don't do what I just told you to do, now you in trouble because you're not going to make me look bad. Not doing what I told you to do. Of course, I bring that up to say you don't have to be committing a crime to get in a bad position with law enforcement. You don't. Oh, hold on. Let me take a call. Stefan Pryor.
What's going on, sir?
Stefan Pryor, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. I saw your comment on me, man. I thought I was your friend, man. I'm the same person advocating for you and this and that, but I said comment about she must been drinking.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, it's the Fifth Amendment. Can I say something like that if I want to without a person that I thought was my friend, that I advocated for when you was off the radio? Like, oh, hell no. Nah. We need to keep him on the radio. Nuh-uh.
Well, Stefan, let me be clear about something. And if you saw my comment, you see the first part of that comment is what?
You said, I like Stefan.
Right. The first part of the comment, I like Stefan. Stefan, I got no personal vendetta whatsoever against you, but I gotta be about what's right, whether I like you or whether I don't. And for you to, on Fox News, say that this African-American woman who might have said something that you may or may not have agreed with had to be drinking to throw out, again, especially because it's important that it's on Fox News, to throw out the idea that it was a drunk black woman who said this. You don't see how that could be offensive?
I ain't, nah, not at all. I ain't say she was a drunk black woman. I said she must have been drinking.
What does that insinuate?
You've been drinking. You could have been not drunk. You just could have been drinking. You know, stuff like that. But these the same. There ain't no wrong you taking up for, not at all. But we the same people. I mean, that we take up for people that ain't really doing enough for black people in the community, in the whole damn community.
But Stefan, this ain't about whether or not she's doing. This is about you doing something to black people. You really think that for the Fox News community, hearing a black man say that a black woman's opinion has to be because she's been drinking, you think that helps the black community?
It helps the black community by me saying a comment or to hurt the black community. It just makes a damn difference if it help or hurt. It wouldn't make a difference, man. You about that? A comment saying it must be drinking?
Yes, a comment.
Hold on.
Yes, a comment.
Oh,
Come
man.
on, Stefan. There is nothing wrong,
brother.
Stefan. And here is why I'm beginning to have a problem supporting you. Because you had my vote, bro. I'm telling you, if you got your signatures and you were on the ballot, you had my vote until that comment. Because that speaks to me about your judgment, the way that you view black people and the way that you will portray black people. If you are in a position of power, you won't have a problem disparaging black people and even feeding into racial stereotypes if it fits what you want it to fit. again, it speaks to me of a lack of judgment. And the fact that you won't just say, I probably shouldn't have said that, is problematic to me.
Nah. I mean, if it hurts your earlobe, your eardrum, I apologize for saying that, Emanuel, that your earlobes heard that. It helped. You know what I mean? It ain't misjudging the black community. I'm just spoke my mind, brother. That's all.
But if those
I'm speaking our mind now. That's all we can.
But understand this: if those are the thoughts that are in your mind, that someone said something, a black woman said something that you don't agree with, that means she was drinking. If that's the way you view black women, and or the way that you view people who don't agree with you 100%, that's disturbing.
It ain't disturbing, brother. It's disturbing in your earlobes. You know what I mean? I said what I said, and it should be over and done. But she okay on that comment. Then why she ain't backing up Miss Vice Mayor Kearney and Johnson and said we're gonna see what type of justice we get off that slap? They ain't supporting them. Y'all ain't saying about Mika Owens, what they doing to the black community.
Of course I did.
Yes,
I did. Yes, I did. I said something about Mika Owens. Yes, I did.
Okay.
I said something about Scotty Johnson. Okay. Yes, I did.
What about Scotty Johnson? I missed that one.
What about who?
What you said about Scotty Johnson? I missed it.
I think Scotty Johnson, and this is giving him the benefit of the doubt, he's gullible in that he presented to us the idea that those white people involved in this brawl was going to be arrested because he believed the police chief when the police chief said anybody who hit anybody is going to be arrested. And he believed that. And to me, it makes me question his judgment in terms of believing that, because no part of me believed it. Why was I skeptical of it? But he was comfortable going on the radio presenting it and as if it was something that was probably going to be done. So, yes, I disagreed with him. I said I disagreed with him. But what he did, in my opinion, again, I'm saying he was gullible. There was no gullibility on your part. You just made a decision to disparage a black woman on Fox News. It felt to me like for entertainment's sake.
Nah, I just said she must have been drinking. That's all I can say. I ain't said she was drunk. I ain't said she was drinking and driving. I just said she must have been drinking and said that comment.
And you genuinely...
That was it.
Hold on, for real.
You know?
Are you telling me right now, as we have this conversation, you genuinely don't see how that comment was problematic? You really think that was appropriate?
Nah, I don't see no problematic at all.
Okay.
At all. No, I don't. Not at all.
And that's why I can't support you. I can't vote for you.
Oh, it's all good, brother. I mean, your one less vote won't hurt. I don't know if you stay in the city, but your one vote won't hurt.
I definitely live in the city. I definitely live in the city. I'm definitely a voter. And it's fine if you don't care about my one vote, because that's all it is. I'm just one guy, and it's one vote. But my one vote will not be going to a person who think it's okay to publicly, especially in the company of the enemy, disparage a black woman and buy into the notion that, black people always drinking and, she was probably under the influence. I can't do it. So, okay, my one vote, again, it don't mean I dislike you.
What's your...
It just means I can't, right now, I can't trust your judgment.
But hold on. But watch this though. You got on your podcast show and putting it out there, so you got the little followers that's gonna follow you, and all of a sudden, once you say that, they on your train. See, look how that look though, as a black man, that's supposed to like a person, and that's the same person who's advocating for your ass. See,
again,
what's the difference? See?
Again,
it's just saying how we are. I just said, hold on. You got your one off. I said something off. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead, finish.
I said something off what I said. And I didn't repeat it over and over again. And all of a sudden, I like Stephon, but he can't get my vote. Well, guess what? Some people like you, and some people say, well, I ain't gonna vote for Manuel. Right? You could have kept that comment to yourself.
No, I couldn't
That's all.
have.
Like I said, I could have kept that to myself.
You see, no,
So it's all
and,
good, brother. It's all
and
good.
this is, hold
I
on,
love
but
you.
just,
Nothing you can do about it, brother.
and just so I'm clear, this conversation is showing that maybe your ability to reason might be slightly compromised. Because if you can't understand the difference between me saying your comments, I think, were disrespectful not only to Victoria, they were disrespectful to black women, and not only to black women, but to the black community, and especially in light of who the comments were for. If you can't understand the difference between that, and then you still had opportunity to redeem yourself by saying, look, by being reasonable reasonable enough to say, those comments might have been out of line. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. And even if I thought that, I shouldn't have said it to a Fox News audience. I apologize for publicly making that statement. If you can't see where maybe you could have or should have done that, it calls your judgment, your logic, your reasoning ability into question for me as well. And look, don't get me wrong. I appreciate you advocating for me. I do. But I'm going to be clear. Advocating for me don't necessarily mean that I'm never going to criticize you, because I am who I am. And if I see wrong, I'm going to call it wrong. And so to me, you were wrong.
Right. I take criticism. Yeah, it's nothing but strengthen me. That's all it do, brother. Make me stronger. That's it.
Okay.
But I ain't gonna, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna get on your level. Oh, go ahead and apologize, Stephon. And yeah, brother, I said it. That's it.
Okay.
I can pray later on tonight and pray before again. Hey, if I did something wrong in God's eyes, I apologize. But in man's eyes, and that's what your podcast about. You know what I mean? It's up and down. It's drama, no drama. You know what I mean? It is what it is, brother. Stephon gonna speak his mind. Ain't gonna hold back. I'm gonna be like that for the people too. If you're mistreating people wrong, I'm gonna say something. Period. Point blank, brother. But anyway, I love you, brother. Nothing you can do about it, brother.
Stephon, I love you too, brother. And I love you enough to tell you when I think you're wrong.
No, listen, hey, brother. Hey, I can accept that, brother, as a man. Right. I can't say, oh, I ain't wrong. I ain't even say I was wrong. I can accept that.
All right.
You know what I mean? But, all right, brother. Have a good one.
You do the same. All right. That was Stephon. Hey, look, here's one thing I respect. He didn't have a problem calling in and having the conversation head on. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people won't do that. And so that I respect. But yeah, no, I can't support you if that's the way that you represent. Because if I vote for you, you represent me. And if that's the way you represent me, no, I can't do that. Twin.
What's up, player?
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Maybe you need to loosen that damn shirt up. You got a 410, get a 2X or something.
Man, you be worried about my
shirts. Tight. You too tight in the damn brain.
You
man.
Be paying
get
too much attention
man, why you
to
got
my
so
shirts?
soft, man?
What?
All of a sudden you got soft.
Got what?
Cause it's soft. Come on, man. You taking your vote back because what he said?
Yes.
It ain't the most goofiest thing in the world, man. Get off that, man.
It's not.
But that's your vote. I can't, scratch your card for you or anything, pin it out for you. That's your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. But man, it's just by listening to it, player. That's childish.
Okay, he
probably was joking about it, made a joke. It's everything a game around. Huh?
It's not funny.
You said what?
That's not funny.
A lot of things ain't funny, but you put it in the chat and stuff on Lincoln Ware or any other podcast, but we laugh and stuff. What? We probably don't agree with it. A lot of people look at it and say, oh, you wrong, Emanuel, or something like that. Some people probably not agree to what you say on your podcast.
I'm so
confused. But they listen to it.
I promise I don't know what you're talking about now.
You know what the hell I'm. Don't do that,
No,
man. You know your extra ass no.
I really don't.
If you don't agree, that's
what
softball, man.
What are you talking about?
Man, you don't want to vote for the man
Right.
because of that remarks he said about her?
Right.
Hey, she probably been drunk. Who knows? She probably been drunk. When Hunter Biden was doing, he probably was smoking crack when he said that. We can play that. We can play that game too. Come on, Clint don't know. He was getting sloppy top and stuff. He didn't mean that. Come on, man.
Again,
He grabbed a monkey and stuff. He don't know. Man, we can make on and on and stuff, man.
I promise I don't know.
One little remark, you gonna say you ain't gonna vote for the man.
Yes, because again, it's not about just the remark. It's about what goes.
How you carrying yourself as a leader or want to be a leader? That's how you stand.
You want me to answer?
Or just like you want her out too for her remarks too, or she's cool with that Victoria. What's her name? Is it Victoria Park?
Hold on, I don't I didn't understand what you just said.
Is it way you carrying yourself as a professional, as a councilman, as a leader? They have to come with grown folk stuff, be more mature and stuff, polite. And everything, carry yourself as a real leader.
Hold on.
So you can express how you feel.
Hold on. I promise
so you say, no, I'm saying, hey, man, you answer this. So you saying what you call wrong for what she said? Victoria Parks or whatever?
What was the question?
I'm saying, was she wrong for what she said?
I don't think so.
Okay, so why would you say he wrong for what he said?
They didn't say the same thing.
It's damn near the same thing.
It was nowhere near the same thing.
You're damn right. It's almost like, they deserve to get that ass whooped.
That's not what she said.
It's almost the same thing.
No, and that's
he just said she was drunk.
And you don't.
It's the same thing. They call capping, man.
Those are nowhere near the same thing. They begged for that ass whooping. It's nowhere. It's not the same thing as she was probably drinking when she said that. Those are two totally different. What are you talking about?
Listen here, player. Both of them offensive. I don't care how you beat it across the board, man. You can play it all the way, but both of them are very offensive. He said the drunk, and she said, "Oh, they deserve that ass whoop."
That's not what she said.
So which way you want it, man?
That's not what she said.
Okay, basically how you want to put it.
No, not basically. That's not what she said.
They asked for what they come for and stuff, and thank you for the story.
That was closer.
Huh?
That was closer to what she said.
Don't damn vice versa flip this stuff like a flip phone, man. Stop playing it, man. You play too much. That's your damn problem. Quit playing so damn much. Man, you can't get me play on this.
What the heck you're saying? I don't get your point.
Because you petty and childish on that, man.
Because you go, any sort of logic or consistency or reasonability or anything. I don't understand what you're saying.
What I'm saying is stuff, you go just stop your vote because that man.
Right.
Because what he said. But it's the same damn thing, Emmanuel.
It's not the same thing.
It's damn near the same thing if you look at it.
It's nowhere near the same thing.
Okay, that's Emmanuel rules. You the so-called king of talk.
Well, that's true. I am.
That's not true. CK is. But you man. I had to throw that in. But man, you actually, man. I got love for you, brother, man. You play this this radio wrong, man. You playing the wrong tune. But that's your opinion. I gotta. It's me. It's my opinion, your opinion. So let's go ahead, player.
What they said is nowhere near the same. And me not voting for him is in part, like I told him, because what he said hit on so many racial stereotypes and tropes to the audience that he said it to. And again, I get it. If you say something and, you know what I'm saying, you're not like I'm not sure. I didn't mean it to come off that way. You come out and you say, I didn't mean it to come off that way.
But don't you say that about Unc all the time? He's a drunk. He like this talk. He like this. So what's the damn difference, Emanuel?
Because
you say
it's
that all
true.
the time.
That man drinks alcohol live on air, like almost every Friday. That's true. Is it true? Hold on. Is it true? Is it true?
He think he a sippy sip. His diet sip.
So, one, what
You
I'm
get on my
saying
nerves, man.
is true. It's backed up by facts. You can tune in on almost any Friday and see him drinking. You can hear
Man,
him
if you
on a regular
listen to an
basis
interview, man,
talking
she
about
like he
drinking.
smoked a pack of Coors 100 and took a shot. And you listen, I'm like, man, what's wrong with that lady? Like she'll cuss you one side up and down.
I don't even
If
know
you
what
listen to her interview, man, it's like she smoked a pack of Coors or something and
What are you-
took a shot.
Hold on. Who are you talking about?
Victoria Parks when she said her interview, when she said it and everything. If you look at her interview, she looked like she probably took a shot or something. So, hey, I mean, yeah, that man ain't wrong. At least he's doing something for the community. He's standing out, speaking. Other people not doing nothing, man.
Okay.
They not doing nothing,
well
man.
Then,
But you entitled, man.
Right, well,
I
then
can't
you
argue
vote
with
for
you,
him.
really.
You vote
Huh?
for him. I'm not
What you
telling
say?
anybody. I'm not telling anybody else not to vote for him.
No.
I'm
I
saying,
signed his petition.
I'm
I
saying,
signed a petition to
from
get it.
my perspective, I think that was completely out of line.
Man, that's minor inflation.
And
You
according
throwing
to
at it,
you,
man.
you think it's minor.
Man, that's minor, man.
Okay.
That's minor. You voted for somebody that said you ain't black enough if you don't vote for me. So come on, man. That's minor, man.
Okay.
Come on, look at the bigger picture of this, man. That's minor, man.
Okay.
You go have your whatever.
I'm looking
you
at
know
the
how
bigger picture.
Stephon always joking and all that.
He wasn't
But, man,
joking. He just said on a few separate occasions right here that he wasn't joking. He not taking it back. He meant it. And he don't apologize for what he said.
I got to understand me. I got to understand me now. So, it is what it is. Hey,
So
she
it is
sound
what
like
it
a
is.
drunk or is she drunk? I mean, because he said that he going to take your vote back? That's childish, man.
Okay. You can call it whatever you want to call it.
But that's Emanuel, though. I know how he play. He don't play fair. He
Okay.
play childish game.
Okay.
I know how Emanuel do.
All right.
Sugar-free, man. What else on the menu, man, before I cut you out? I got to crash out on you. Today is Monday. I wasn't expecting you to
said
really
it all.
come on. I'm ready to crash out on your little ass.
You said it right. I'm sugar-free. You might have a little bit of sugar in your tank. I don't. So,
See, there you go.
what?
No, I got love for you, man. You should be a comedian, man.
I should not be a comedian.
Because you do throw blows, man. I just can't sometimes handle, man.
What do you
But
think
you
about?
good, man.
Okay, what do you think about your boy? About your boy sending the
My
National
boy
Guard?
upstairs.
Huh?
My boy upstairs. Talking about little man, he upstairs.
No. I'm talking about your man. Your man.
I'm not gay, man.
Sending National Guard troops
To D.C.?
D.C.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
Ain't nothing wrong.
I don't
Ain't
know
nothing
why
wrong with
I
that.
figured that was going to be your take.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Ain't
Okay.
nothing wrong with that. I wish it would have happened when, like I told Wyatt, when Mayor Lightfoot was there and stuff to straighten things out with Chicago. But I don't think nothing wrong with that. If they want to, protect community and whatever else, and let it be. But I don't think nothing wrong with that, man.
Okay.
I really don't. I wish they would have did it January 6th. And that, but he played the games. He told you 30, 40 years ago how he was going to do it. If you cross me, I'll get you back. He said that, man. So you can't knock the man for what he doing, man.
Of course you can.
I can't knock. I mean, I don't agree. I don't agree with what he's doing. Some of the things he do, but I don't, crash out on him.
But hold on.
So God got the last say so. God let you cook for a minute and give you a blessing. He'll wait till you mess that blessing up. So God got control of it. God got an off button and an on button and an off button. So he know. God know. He can stop all this, but God let you cook for a minute. Go ahead, man.
Nothing. I have nothing. I got nothing. That's it.
No, go ahead, for real.
No,
Real talk,
for
go
real.
ahead.
That's it. I got nothing. I don't understand the idea of I can't, say nothing bad about stuff that I don't like and don't agree with. That is not the gangsters that I know.
I'm not gonna crash. People want me to do this and all that.
No, I don't want you to
made
do.
bad choices.
I didn't ask you to do
I
anything.
did this and all that in my life. I'm not gonna bring it up.
It's reasonable
really
to
and
say.
talk about it.
I don't agree with what he's doing, but I'm not gonna say nothing about it. That's some.
Man, like y'all people do.
That's
Y'all
some,
people sit on that bad, do this and all that, and
hold on. If
other
you got,
issues and all that.
I feel this has to be said. This has to be said. So if you got little kids, pause, turn away, turn down the sound, something like that. Give me about 15 seconds. It ain't gonna take 15, but give me 15 just as that buffer starting right now. The
You have to
idea.
cuss me out.
No. The idea that there's somebody in charge doing something that I believe is wrong, but I'm not gonna criticize it, because who am I to criticize? That's some pussy ass shit right there.
Ain't no damn pussy ass shit, you
Yes,
goof ass nigga. Let me tell you something. I knew you was gonna bring that out. I was waiting for your ass to say that.
You were waiting for me to say that
no, man.
specifically.
Look at these punk ass people and these leaders and stuff. What they doing downtown?
It don't matter.
man.
If your leaders are doing things that you believe is wrong, you are. It's almost your responsibility to speak out and say that's wrong.
I voted for some of them, man. I don't go out there and crack. If I wanted to, I would have went to any one of them damn men and stuff. I ain't trying to go to jail. Hell no, I ain't trying to go to jail.
You not gonna go to jail for what you could say on the afternoon experiment.
Did you say that? I'm talking about if I go to one of them meetings, I'm going to jail because I know
right
how
now.
twin mouth
You
is.
said right here on this air it's wrong.
I'm going to
I
jail.
don't agree with it, but I ain't gonna say nothing negative.
I'm going to jail. I don't want to be like LG. I know I go to jail because I'm gonna crash out on the stupid stuff they do. You got all your leaders in there and everything, and they not doing nothing about it, man.
You're not crashing out on nobody.
All Democrats. But you don't crash about them. You don't really say nothing about them.
Only people you gonna crash out
you say all
is black people on the radio.
You say all.
Podcast.
You say all. You say all this on your radio, but why you don't take it to the meetings, man? You had a good point, a good valid point.
I don't go to the meetings.
Last week. You said what?
Who? I made a good point about who?
I said you had a good point about them leaders and stuff, holding them accountability. What you talked about?
What leaders was I talking about? What leaders was I talking about?
The local leaders and everything.
Which ones? I was talking about some specific ones. Which ones?
I can't recall, but I know you had a good, valid point of what you were saying, holding them accountable and everything else.
Let me help you recall, because you said something a few minutes ago, and I skipped over it, but now I can bring it back. You mentioned, you saying all this stuff about Trump, but you won't say nothing about Democrats. Last week, the people that you were talking about that you say I had a good point about, those were all Democrats. I'm not selective.
Okay, why you don't go down there? Why you don't go down there? You know this city.
You already asked me that. I already told you why I don't go down there.
Okay, why you don't go down there?
I already told you why I don't go down there. The same point of view that you...
But that's got nothing to do with the point. What you said on your radio, your podcast, why you ain't go down there? Keep that same energy.
That's got nothing to do with the point that I made.
I'm not really the political ass nigga, man.
You don't have to be.
I'm not no political ass nigga, and I'm not about to go engage with no goofy ass people.
All you got to be, you just sat here and said, even if I don't agree with him, I'm not gonna criticize him.
I'm not the type of person. Okay, I know he messed up. I ain't gonna get on here and say, man, what the fuck is Trump doing and all this? And so, well, you vote for you Trump loving. No, man, I'm not about to do that. For what? At the end of the day, then what? What's it go cause?
You definitely
a headache.
Here, I'm gonna tell you because this is what I've learned.
People like me coming to me, people like you coming to me with the bull, which I'm not gonna listen.
Not gonna be critical of a white man to that white man's face, or even where you perceive that white man might hear it. Now you will crash out on
hell
me
with all that white man racist.
You will crash out on the Lincoln Ware show
Trump, that's the only thing y'all say. Y'all ain't got nothing else to say, man.
You'll crash out on Wyatt's show all day. You got the number to 700.
You said what?
How many times have you crashed out on 700?
I called that last week. Matter of fact, you want to check my call log?
And you crashed out?
Man, I couldn't get in. I couldn't get in, man. I swear on my daughter, I couldn't get in. I got the number in my phone. I called. I couldn't get in.
And you was going to crash out?
Man, I was going to say, what's up with this? Y'all, it's too safe to go downtown and all that. I was going to speak my mind. Man, I'm not scared of nobody but God. Don't nobody put no fear in Twin Heart. I'm not scared of nobody but God, man.
I don't think
you
that's
white,
true.
Black, whatever you is, man.
I don't think that's true.
I don't care what you think.
To me. You got to prove that
I don't care what your...
You got to prove that to me. You got to prove that to me.
I ain't got to prove none of you.
Before I
no,
believe
I ain't
it,
got
you
to
do.
prove none of you.
Before I believe it, you do.
Man, whatever. Okay. I don't deal with no damn police and God. And the only one I fear is God. Them only two.
I don't believe you.
I don't deal with no police. I'll walk away.
I don't believe you.
Well, man, that's you, man, because you in another world.
Okay.
And stuff. You still a porch monkey, man.
Okay.
And stuff, and I don't deal with people and stuff because that's on you.
Okay.
Man, them leaders and whatever, they don't scare me. You like to get somebody tuned up, man.
No,
but you ain't going to get my lawnmower started. Man, I'm having a good day.
When
I got to work in a couple hours. You try to make me crash out,
her. What did you call her? A hoe? Who? Or Kamala? What did you call her? You called her a hoe. You called her
some lying-ass heifer.
No, you called her
call that nappy head hoe.
Yeah. You didn't. You don't mind. Oh, I'm not gonna. All these leaders. I'm not gonna criticize all these leaders. I'm not gonna criticize. You didn't have a problem criticizing the vice president of the United States of America because she was a black woman.
Because she was talking nonsense,
those white men.
Man, don't beat you out the cap to save a black woman because I deal with a black woman all the time. So get that blackness out. Fuck all that blackness, nigga. I'll mess with a black woman every day.
You're not gonna criticize that shit don't get me. But you don't have no problem criticizing black people.
Man, no, I don't criticize, man, because she wasn't right. She wasn't right.
Trump ain't right.
She was what policy agenda, man.
Trump ain't right.
Hey, he right enough to tell you a lie in your face. I could believe that instead of promising 4 years.
Trump ain't right, but you won't say,
man,
you won't even
all
say
of
Trump
us
ain't right.
All of us ain't right, but we can get there.
The black woman, she running for president, and you can call her a nappy head hoe and all that kind of stuff. But the white man, all
because
you can say is...
Because she pissed me off, man, shooting that crazy. Man, I'm not trying to be no back and forth, who white, who right, black, white. I'm not with that, man. I'm not with that.
Look, you can fool other
not
people,
with it, man.
But I've seen it. I know who you're going to be critical of, and it ain't a white person.
Man, if he don't make no black, white, whatever, I can say whatever.
You
if you wrong, you wrong. Right. I know he wrong, but I'm not going to say I don't even really think about Kamala or whatever administration he got going on. That's them. Man, God got the last say so. Y'all black folks flip out for no reason. For what? Right. Oh, this racist and stuff. That's this. Because y'all know it's petty, man. The rhetoric y'all throw out there is bull, man. I don't listen to people like y'all. Because it's stupid, man, what y'all saying every day.
Right.
How can we come together when you spitting that goofiness, man?
You're right.
That's straight goofy to me, man. You know it's right.
The way for us to come together is to call our women drunk and nappy-headed hoes. You're right. You're right.
Man, ain't no, man. Oh, wait. Sometimes the woman got to stay in her place. You on the wrong side of this streets ain't for you. This too much.
And I told y'all that this is a part of why Mr. Pryor has lost my support, because there's some misogyny to
man,
this.
That's soft, nigga.
He would not
you
have
soft
said
as hell,
that
man.
about
Just
a black
like them
man.
ginger cookies.
I don't believe
Your ass
that he would have said that
that's
about
petty
a black
as hell.
man.
You so childish. Go tell that man he gonna lose his vote because of that.
About a black woman, it's
grow
easy.
The fuck up, man.
Let me be
I know you 5 feet,
critical,
but grow the fuck up, man.
In terms of anybody else, they not doing that, and I don't like that. I don't like that. Twin,
man, you don't like a lot of stuff, man, because you childish bad, man.
All right.
You on bull.
All right. Yeah, there's something about it, her being a black woman. There's something about it. I'm telling you. I perceived that. And again, the simple thing would have just been, I was joking. I shouldn't have made that joke. It was out of line. I didn't mean that I was out of line. You know what? I thought about what I said. At the time, it seemed appropriate, but on second thought, it wasn't appropriate. That was out of line. Any of that, because to me, that shows maturity. To me, that shows maturity. If you can't, I'm sorry. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. And I do like Stefan. I have gone to bat with people for Stefan. Y'all don't know all the conversations that I have with people. I have gone to bat with people for Stefan. People who's, oh, he ain't ready, oh, he can't talk, and he can't this, and he can't that. And I'm like, look, it ain't about that. I believe that man's heart is in the right place. But on this, his heart, in my opinion, is definitely not in the right place. And if my big selling point to you is that your heart is in the right place, and then you show me that there's a big blind spot where your heart is in the wrong place, I can't support you. But that's just me. Like he said, that's my one vote. That's my one vote. CK.
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Livingston?
How you doing?
Hey, man. Oh, man. This journey of life, it's crazy, ain't it? You seen the whole journey? You seen it?
I don't even understand the question. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying, I say this journey of life we're going through is just crazy. It's like soon as you think you overcome the storm, something else happens. You won't believe what just happened to me while I'm on top of the world.
Oh.
Man, I need you, man. This shit gonna hurt, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. Okay, I'm at work mopping, and one of the I didn't have a mop sign, and somebody fell. God, I'm scared to death, and I called you. Somebody fell and just made the incident report. I'm scared, but you know what I'm saying? Now my whole life flashes. It's like a slow motion death. See what I mean? Mopping, no wet signs, she fell. I'm scared. Now you understand?
Why did you? Don't Popeyes have enough of them signs that you could have just put one out?
Yeah, I did. I thought I did, but I'm doing so good. I'm so trying to knock them out. I thought I did, but I was on to the next one. So while I'm at the next one, they said it was a fall in aisle such and such. Boom. Man.
They got aisles at Popeyes?
No, you know, I'm just you know what I mean. But I'm saying as far as it's real, man, as far as I got nervous about losing my job. I can't lose my job. I'm tired. And I'm just saying, after I done overcome so much, good God, like when will the storm ever start? Like soon as you get out of jail, you go right back. It just feels so hopeless, man.
Well, don't be hopeless. Be hopeful.
Oh, I'm hopeful. That's why I call you, man.
Keep hope alive.
You put all types of. Whew. So yeah, man. Did you have a good weekend, brother?
I did. I had a good weekend.
You ate some barbecue?
No. What was this, a traditional barbecue weekend?
No, man. You might Sunday. Might want to throw some brats and hot dogs on the grill. A couple ribs. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's a weird question to ask somebody on August the 18th. Like, did you eat some barbecue? That's not. July 5th, I'm like, hey, did you eat some barbecue? That's reasonable. Labor Day, just after that, hey, did you eat some barbecue? That's reasonable. August 18th, it's not necessarily a reasonable question. Like, hey, how was your weekend? Did you eat some barbecue?
Oh, no, we barbecue every weekend. Shit, you ain't part of that stratosphere?
Okay. But no, I did not eat any barbecue. I did have a good weekend. How was your weekend?
Man, it was smooth, man. It was smooth. it was, just grinding, and waiting on that paper. My paper finally failed today, and then this shit happened. I'm like, I only get a honeymoon. My honeymoon only lasts hours in my life, like celebrations. Like you be like, oh, and then just like a TV show, man.
Yes.
Like soon as you get happy, boom! I like, damn. I just want one of them good ass, happy ever after. You feel me? Yep. But yeah, man, I ain't want nothing. I just want to holler at you, man, and check in with people after knowing experience. I got love for the organization.
All right.
All right. What? Why are you laughing at me?
No, you got love for the organization. I assume you was talking about Twins people.
No, I'm talking about the afternoon. So what did you think when Twin told you that I was the king of talk, man? Because you started laughing. That shit was funny as hell.
Yes, that's funny. Because, I mean, everybody knows I'm the king of talk. So, yeah, that was funny.
That mean I didn't give you a nice run for your money. That's now you got people talking, see?
Oh,
you got people talking.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, brother. Have a good one, man.
You do the same.
Thank you.
All right. That was CK. What I do? Twin says F you, Emanuel Livingston. What did I do? Because I said CK is not the king of talk. Okay. Look, it really does go to what I was talking about last week. You really do have to say, I have a particular standard. Whatever that standard is for you. And my support is not guaranteed. It's conditional. These ain't your children. These are people wanting to support you. Your support has to be conditional. You represent me. If you represent me right, you got my support. If you don't represent me right, you lose my support. If you don't care about losing my support, cool, just lose it. But then don't blame me when, maybe your run is not successful or, whatever. It's not my fault. It was your fault because you decided that my support wasn't important to you. And the way that you made that decision was the way you represented me. My support is conditional. If I make a demand, I mean it. It's a demand. It's not necessarily a request. It's a demand. And if you don't meet my demand, there's going to be consequences. And sometimes those consequences might be, I say some bad stuff about you. Sometimes those consequences might be you completely lose my support. And sometimes, depending on what it is, those consequences might even be harsher. I'm not, you said that bad stuff. You should apologize. But if you don't apologize, I'm going to vote for you anyway. No. That's not how I get down. Black Lion.
What up, though, E? What it do?
Hey, how you doing, sir?
I'm pretty fair. Yeah, I'm just listening to you. Yeah, man, fuck all of that. He fucked that up, man. That ship has sailed. And I gave Pryor my number in the chat to call me so we could have a discussion versus me talking at him. I could talk with him. Because that was some real live whole shit he said. When he simply the only thing he had to say is no comment and walked away.
Right.
But no, he want to throw the lady under the bus in front of this pink-ass man working for this pink-ass, racist-ass organization. I mean, I know he's not so far gone. He don't know or not aware that Fox is a racist organization. They've been racist for, I don't know how long. Most definitely since Trump been around. Been super racist. So it was real weird for him to make that comment feeding into that. When he personally could not validate whether the woman was drunk or not.
Right.
However, we can validate that Fox is a racist organization. We can validate that those racists downtown probably did need their ass whooped saying some out-of-the-pocket shit. Period. Now, Twin I give Twin all of the credit in the world, man. He tried. He tried. The dope game fucked him up. In his mind, he believed he's right. And it's going to take him another 20 to maybe even 30 years to even understand how fucked up he really is. But you got an alarm going off or something?
Me? No. What do you
My
hear?
bad. That's my alarm for you. My 6 o'clock, you on earlier than 6. I know I had to set my alarm because I kept missing your show, man. Then I set an alarm for 6 p.m. But, you keep fucking waffling on me. I don't know when you coming on, man. I just got to keep checking my damn phone.
Black Lie, I don't know when I'm coming on.
You need to take my number, just call me, text me, and say, I'm coming on right now, bruh.
I don't be knowing
because the alarm shit is worthless. It is what it is, though, man. People got shit to do. I haven't made a video in years, so it is what it is.
It is what it is.
But yeah, man, I give Twin all of the breaks, man, because clearly the man ain't dealing with a full deck. He really don't know. You're emotional over silly shit and jumping off the deep end, knowing damn well he can't swim. The man just, I try to tell people, get a man a break. Y'all hard on him, bruh. I mean, you listening to this man, he shoot himself in the back. I told Lamont that today, he the only guy I know shoot himself in the back, bruh. The only person. But it is what it is. LaDonna need to give him a break. Jerica need to give him, I never get on Jerica's bad side, bruh. She don't miss a shot. Get a man a break. Clearly, dope has fucked his life up. And those young brothers didn't know that they was getting high off of crack when they was selling it, and it was absorbing through their skin up until they was taking minor charges to avoid prison time, saying that they were using. So then they gave them probation, and they still out here serving. And then when they go back for that piss test, they was testing dirty. And they had to learn through probation that, the crack is being absorbed through your skin, and you testing dirty. Then you started seeing brothers. I remember the first time I saw brothers out there serving, and they was wearing little gloves on and shit, breaking the crack up and shit, serving on the street, pull out their little hospital gloves first, and then go in their little crack bag and pass it out. The brother didn't know he was getting high, man. He didn't know. The brother did not know. And then he was in Chicago. Their school system really fucked up. So get a brother some credit, y'all, for at least trying, man. At least getting in the ring. You too, Jerica. Cut him some slack, man.
All right.
I can't say nothing about LaDonna. She just that you can't reason with her. She do not like that man. She ain't gonna like that man, and she don't give a fuck what I'm talking about. It is what it is. But that's all I got, E. Have a good day, man.
You do the same, sir. All right. That was Black Lion. Mr. Pryor said, who give a damn what I said? Y'all worry about what I said, but these same politicians ain't done nothing for the black community but gentrifying our communities, which y'all hating ass. Look, I'm not even going to necessarily go back and forth on it. And maybe at some point you'll understand the position that I hold. And, maybe you'll change your mind. Hopefully. But yeah, your comments were out of line, and they were far-reaching. And say, well, they not doing nothing for the community. What are you going to do for the community? If your view on black women is that, they're all the stereotypes that people say that they are. Because, again, it speaks to more than just one little comment. And the fact that you're so stubborn about this, again, speaks to the idea that you are not, I don't want to say you're not capable, but that you're not willing to even consider that you might be wrong. And I don't want anyone in any official position representing me who can't even consider that they might be wrong. Who can't, because, look, I'm big on, hold on a second, Brent. I'm big on accountability, right? If I did something, I did something. I was wrong. And my thing ain't, oh, Emanuel, you did this, and but what about him? Hold on, Emanuel, what did I do? Emanuel, you did this. I did do that. I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. How can I make it right? That's the way you handle, hey, you messed up. Oh, my bad. I did mess up. Or even, I don't think I messed up. Let's talk about it. Show me where I messed up. Show me how I messed up. I followed all the procedures. I did everything I was supposed to do. No, you were supposed to do this, but you did this. Oh, you're right. But oh, Emanuel, you messed up. Show me where I messed up. You did this. You were supposed to do this. But what about him? What? You ain't saying nothing to them. They all messed something up too. I'm not going to admit that I was wrong. I'm going to just try to distract you by saying how wrong they was. That's not a good personality trait. And especially when some people could think, whatever. But when I come from the position of, I like Stefan, but I can't support him with that comment until I even gave you the solution, until he retracts that comment. I gave you the solution in the problem. And your response is, what about them? What can you do with that? But I really do wish you well, because I like Stefan. I really do. I like Stefan. He said, okay, keep your vote. I have no choice now, because it exposed some other flaws. But I still wish you well. I don't have anything personal against you. Nothing personal against you. I just question your judgment now. Brent.
Hey, what's going on, E-Man?
How you doing?
Oh, man, I'm hanging in there. I have nothing personal against Stefan either. Yes, I got jokes on some of the words he makes on that's all good and well. But some of our greatest politicians, like John Lewis, he couldn't talk very well either. But he was about the business of the people, even going across the Edmund Pettus Bridge, got his head beat in, and then still came back and put in the work and listened to his advisors and his mentors and everything along with him. And I think that's really what Stefan is lacking, is a political advisor, which, man, his passion is there.
I agree.
His passion is there, but the direction is, just scattershot all over the place.
And what the conversation,
like I remember the one time,
what the conversation that we had today shows me is, I'm not sure that advisors would necessarily be helpful if he makes a decision and the people who kind of care about him are telling him, you made a mistake, you need to fix it. And his response is, no, I ain't fixing nothing. Just keep your vote. You know what I'm saying? Are you even going to listen to advisors?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah. Even when the time when former Mayor Tillery was on there and Stefan tried to ambush him, saying, man, how come you didn't back me? And Tillery was very nice. What he said was just pretty much, I tried to give you some advice. You didn't listen. You came to me late in the game, and it was too late for me to change my support from that other candidate to you. And that's it. That is, in a nutshell, it's definitely not jealousy or anything like that. But me being on the outside looking in, I can see it and like, man, if he could just, pull it all together, oh man, he would be great for Cincinnati. He would be absolutely great. But you can't go there disparaging other council members, even though they're not on the not going to be on the ballot, or during all the different city council meetings where you're calling out every single one of the city council people, when you don't have a coalition of additional council members to unseat them, because they ain't gonna forget you trying to embarrass them and put them on blast. So it has to be something that is totally unimpeachable, that they would even support you or vote with you in order to, get whatever ordinance that's trying to be passed or money that's trying to be allocated. But that's it. That's it at that point.
All right.
Twin. Isn't Twin the same person who said that he wasn't going to vote for Kamala Harris because she washed her greens in the bathtub?
I don't remember him saying that. A lot of people did say that. I don't remember him saying that, so possibly.
Isn't that a dumb reason? You're not eating her greens. You're not is she?
I don't think it's a great reason, but people have their reasons. It's certain small things turn certain people off, and people will vote based on those small things. So I'm not even going to be overly critical of him about. I would not vote for somebody because they wash their greens in the bathtub, because I don't eat greens anyway. But hey.
Yeah, I wouldn't eat them greens. That's definitely. If you use Comet to scrub it out, and then no, I'm cool. If that is even true. I haven't seen any video that says, yeah, that's where we wash our greens, and that's a hell of a lot of greens that you'll be washing out. It's big enough to. We'll drop that one. But the Twin has proven time and time again there are a few things that he's afraid of. You mentioned it with the white man. He told us that he was afraid of that female cop up in Chicago to get off the block. And she came back around, and he was still there. She gave him a two-piece.
That's what she
He's
gave.
definitely afraid of Transveta. The stories are just bound with.
Allegedly, he's
thinking
afraid
he's gonna
of
catch both
Transveta.
of. Oh man, that Joe's afraid of, and then he's afraid of Jimmy Hat. So that's. Oh my goodness. What else was it? Oh, and just something from Texas, and then we'll get into the best part of the call. The Democrats, the Democrats that fled the state Democrats that fled the state, are coming back. So they're about to have a quorum, unfortunately, and they're going to pass it to where 5 seats are lost, 5 black seats are lost. They're creating some Latino seats, so they're playing that whole divide and conquer. And now they've left it up to Illinois and New York and California to follow through on their threats. And man, I don't trust Democrats to do that, because they a lot of times they try to play by the book. So I don't know if they're going to be if they're going to have the fortitude to stand up and do it. And additionally, do it for black folks, because that's what it's really doing. It's disenfranchising. They're getting rid of, like I said, 2 black seats. They redrew Jasmine Crockett's seat to where it moves Southwest Airlines from her district. So that's money and power right there, with being the congresswoman that represents essentially the voice of a big corporation like Southwest. So them jokers are dirty, and they know they're doing it at the behest of Trump. They can try to say that it's we're trying to get funding for the hood flood victims, which the Republican area, and they didn't want Biden's infrastructure money in order to fix the issues that they've had for years. So it's crazy, but it's those areas and those states that have that are at the bottom of the education. When you look at the rankings, that are the ones that are most dedicated to the Republican Party and to Donald, which is sad. So, yeah, we'll see what's going on there, and guarantee you that the Republicans are going to follow through on those $5,000 a day fine, and probably are going to try to figure out where they were getting the money in order to stay away for those 2 weeks. So they're going to go after them. They're going to get in there. They're going to talk about them. They're going to go after them because they hold the state attorney general. They got the majority in the Supreme Court and everything. So they're going after those folks, which is sad. I'm just saying. But last item.
All right.
Let's see. I got to make sure I get this right. I don't know how much of your listening audience is bilingual, but es hora del informe de lucha libre, which is it's time for the wrestling report.
Oh.
And this is the Triple Mania. You didn't watch it this weekend?
No, I don't like the luchadors. I don't like all that flippy dippy stuff, man. I don't like all that.
Well, there's different organizations in there. AAA is more like WWE, AEW in that standpoint. Yet some of the other stuff, it is where they do a bunch of trios matches, no tags and everything. So you would like AAA. And some of the characters, which we're only going to talk about a couple things. And one of them, they had, I think the first thing they had was like a Royal Rumble-esque match. But you could eliminate your opponent by submission or pinfall.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the hadn't been seen in WWE in almost a year and a half, and that was Omos. Or how do you pronounce his name?
Oh, Omos.
The Nigerian dude.
Yeah,
Omos. Oh, he won the entire thing. They had a few other. They had what's the big dude who's part of Alpha Academy. He was in there in the match. But they had this little wrestler. I guess he would be classified as a dwarf because he couldn't have been no more than 2.5 foot tall. His name was Micro Man.
Mm-hmm.
And he went to pick on Omos. How do you pronounce it again?
Omos.
He went to pick Omos. He went to pick on Omos and then bounced off the rope, and Omos just kicked the mess out of him. That little man is all right.
And y'all had to Omos. He how tall is Omos? Like 7 feet some odd inches tall.
He's like 7'5". He's 7'4", 7'5", somewhere in that ballpark.
And this guy
just the height
he
differential
was facing off against was not even 3 feet tall.
Yeah, not even that. It was. See, and I was like, please don't accidentally. But I think he wears like a size 22. Was almost bigger than this little wrestler. But everybody. So hey, if that's how he can earn his money and pay his bills, and he got a family, so hey, so.
Oh, you're breaking up.
Are you familiar with the? Uh-oh, hold on. Let's see. Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you now.
1, 2.
Oh, you just broke up again. You. Nope.
Mr. Iguana. No.
I can hear you now.
All right. Look, man, I think Ross is on my roof messing with my telephone lines like he was a Bernadette. What in the world is happening? But yeah, you have Mr. Iguana. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He has like a puppet iguana that he wrestles with.
Yes.
And then Finn Balor had a puppet version of the Demon.
Yes.
So
I saw the recap of it, but I didn't watch the show.
Yeah, that was funny when they did that whole thing. And don't you know they're selling that little puppet doll for $100?
Yep.
On WWEshop.com.
Yep.
And like I said, I'm a wrestling fan. I'm not a fanatic. I'm keeping my money in my pocket.
Okay.
But it was, the good comedy matches. There's nothing like a good comedy wrestling match. So that was fun. And if they could make something else of it, so be it. That's pretty good. But that's all I got. That's all I want to hit on. But yeah, politicians got to do better, especially expiring politicians. you can say whatever you want, but if what you say comes out and it's horribly wrong and a horribly bad look, you have to be man or woman enough to say, my bad, I shouldn't have said that. And at the very least, seek out the person you really aggrieved and really bashed, and that's Victoria Parks, and talk to her not only just one-on-one in private, but make that apology public.
Yeah.
So you made the insult public, make the apology public and just as big.
Yep.
But
All
that's
right.
all I got.
Brent, I appreciate the call. All right. There is a big meeting. Well, that's tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Tomorrow, 10 o'clock, a big meeting. I'm trying to think. I know I can't make it, but I really want to be able to. I wish I could make it. I wouldn't be down there speaking. I just go down there and listen. We running out of time. Running out of time for what? Purple Pros say Parks ain't sorry. I don't think she's got anything to be sorry about. I agree. I think they did ask for it. They were begging for it, like she said. They were begging for it. When you calling people ends and, all of that kind of stuff, you are begging for a whooping. Now, do that necessarily mean that the people who gave them what they were asking for was right? No, everybody involved was wrong, but I agree with Victoria Parks. Shelly.
What it do? How you doing?
You saying that made me uncomfortable for some reason.
Did it really? Okay, so I'm not going to do anything I told you so, but Parks, right? Did you see that she resigned from the Veteran Services Commission?
I did.
Right. We've talked about that before. They have a $312 million budget, right?
Uh-huh.
And they only served like 9 veterans last year.
Okay.
Okay. She's also part of the
for the record,
women.
I don't know if that's true. That is what people say, but I would imagine they served more than 9. I would imagine the Veteran Services Commission served more than 9 total people. Maybe not in the way that people wanted to be served or people didn't get the outcomes that they wanted. But I doubt if they only, through the course of an entire year, only saw, talked to, served 9 people. But I understand that is what's floated.
Well, it was said in one of the Board of Commissioner meetings. That's why they added on all those other people with Lincoln and whoever else they put on this new board or committee or whatever that they had. But she's also part, so is Damon Lynch. They're heavy into like nonprofits, right? I can't remember which one she's on. I think it's Women Helping Women. And she's also part of the Greater Cincinnati Foundation, which has like a $400 million asset right now. Like that's what they're holding on to. The thing is, they profit off of poverty and crime. Okay, these nonprofits profit off of poverty and crime. But get this: remember how we were talking about the runaways and like the lighthouse and stuff? Okay, so tell me why the city is giving the county $2 million to pick up curfew violators off the street. And then APTEP turns around and says, these are runaways. And guess where they're running away from? The lighthouse. The lighthouse. So they're going to bring them right back to the place they ran away from. Isn't that wild?
I've heard some not so great things about the Lighthouse Youth Shelter. I've heard a few not so great things about them, but without having any firsthand knowledge or details, I don't know.
But wouldn't it make more sense to bring the curfew violators to Hillcrest if it was open? Now, you remember Hillcrest closed in 2023 because the, what was it called? Rites of Passage was raping the kids. So they took 14 kids and put them in group homes and closed the place down because their kids were being raped by Rites of Passage. Then they turn around and drop the charges that they had against Rites of Passage, and they're still contracting with them. But they haven't opened up the facility because they need to, what's the word? Not remodel. What's the other word? Not remodel, but come on, help me out here.
Restore? I don't know what you're talking about. So.
Shoot. what's the word? Not remodel, but renovate. But they closed it down because their kids were being raped, not because it needed renovation. So it's such a disaster. And you got to remember, AFTAB was the clerk of courts. Do you really think that Indian clerk of courts right now hid all those evictions because he wanted to help the people that had the evictions on their record? If that was the case, he just would have came out and said that. He hid the evictions because he doesn't want the feds to find out that none of these housing programs are actually housing anybody, like the 4,000 homeless Cincinnati public students. I said this a long time ago.
Listen. Hold on. Before you tell me what you said a long time ago. If you are this passionate about this issue, because, again, you come in here and I'm not studying, so I can't confirm or deny. I can't refute what it is that you're saying. I can't say that what you're saying is true. But you're passionate about this, apparently. And so my question to you is, you're running down all of this stuff, and you run it down in a way to make sure that you're not really given, enough detail. What are you asking people to do about this?
Follow the money, okay? They're extorting our children. They raised property taxes. They doubled property taxes to provide programs and services. Here's the thing. Nobody's getting the programs and services. What started me mainly down this track was because, yes, I do have a special needs child, right? And I had to sue Cincinnati Public. A lot of it had to do with transportation and stuff. So what I started doing was following the money. So I started looking into Hamilton County Department of Developmental Services, okay? It took me 2 years to meet with Alice Beatty. They took me in a back room with no windows. They let me see the numbers on the paper, but they wouldn't let me take the paperwork out of that room. $200 million in Hamilton County that's meant for services goes into the general fund. From the general fund, guess where it goes, right? I'm just saying.
I don't know. Where does it go?
Oh, it goes to the Bengals. It goes to, Damon Lynch's nonprofits. It goes to, what we got? We got Women Helping Women. We have the YWCA. We have Beach Acres, the Talbert House, Nella's Place, Pathways, New Beginnings, NECO. On and on and on.
A number of them are really good organizations.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay, so if they all claim to help 10,000 students or 10,000 youth, that would mean we have 500,000 youth in Cincinnati. We don't have 500,000 youth. Okay, so tell me why just the other day the county is giving Cincinnati Children's College Hill $1.62 million to house foster kids, okay?
Shelley?
Those kids have Medicaid.
Shelley?
They have Medicaid.
Shelley? Quick question. Does your real name begin with an N?
No.
Do you post on the Greater Cincinnati Politics page?
I used to. Sometimes that just sucks. What's the matter?
Somebody wanted to know.
Okay, well, you know what? One day, I just hope to God, I just want someone to go to jail. You know what I mean? Like, AFTAB needs to go to jail. Melissa Powers needs to go to jail. So why aren't
you... here's what you should do. Call City Beat, right? City Beat, they do a good job of researching things. Work with them. You can file Freedom of Information Act requests and get all of that information that you're talking about. Should be public record. You can get all of that. Work with City Beat. Publish some sort of an expose on all of this stuff, or even reach out to someone else, outside of Cincinnati. If you don't trust City Beat, share with them all the information that you're sharing with me. They can find out all of this information and, like I said, publish some sort of an expose so that maybe somebody will go to jail.
Well, anybody can look this up. Like, what I did was I went years back and Googled Cincinnati Youth Violence Prevention Programs, and then looked up all of those programs and then looked up their tax info, and that's how I found out, like, Judge Zayas is on the board of one, Damon Lynch is on, like, 5 of them, Victoria Parks is on a few. Driehaus's son was the first president of, like, the what was it called? I'm sorry, I can't remember. Something, Chamber of Commerce, something, right? I'm just saying, like, they're extorting our children, okay?
And
The
you
jobs
should
program-
look, I'm a firm believer in this. The thing that you're the most passionate about is probably the reason that you were put on this earth. And so the way that I see it, Shelley, it is your responsibility to expose this stuff, to make it as known and public. And you say they are exploiting our children. It is your responsibility to stop them from exploiting our children. You should partner with people who have the same interests as you, who can expose this stuff.
Well, the problem is the people that it always turns into race. Like I'm telling you, they use black kids mainly as their focus. Okay, I'm not kidding about that. But they're extorting them. But if I say that, then y'all want to call me a racist. I'm not. My thing is I hate the government. You know what I'm saying? White, black, left, right, I don't care. I hate the government because I'm a mom. I have a child. You mess with my baby, you mess with me and every baby in Cincinnati. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not right. It's not right. And if the thing that we need is, and actually the younger people, they know what's up. They know what's up. Like, if you watch those videos on YouTube, when they go to each and every hood, the young kids are like, nobody's going hungry. There's too many programs, blah, 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 blah. Think about this.
So wait, no. Hold on, Shelley. You were almost there. You said a whole lot of stuff, and then you said the thing that we need, and then you kind of detoured.
Right,
finish that thought. The thing that we need to do is what? The thing that you need to do is what?
Hold people accountable and stop giving them a pass because they might say something you like or they're the right color. They put Alicia Reese, well, not so much Alicia Reese, but Summer Dumas. Summer Dumas is an enemy of the people, okay? She is sitting there boo-hooing, crying to give Norwood $2 million to help with the flooding, but then she turns around and gives $20 million to stupid-ass fucking youth program, right? Harbor Youth, the employment program for services or whatever, it's a psychiatric program. They make the kids go to therapy.
And so what is it that you're gonna do about it?
All I can do is just expose it. All I can do is just look.
But how are you going to expose it further? How? Who are you reaching out to say this is something that needs to be exposed? What? Like I said, I would suggest City Beat. Have you reached out to anyone at City Beat?
Not City Beat. I mean, I've called the FBI. They hang up. Like, okay, Cincinnati Children's, right? You saw the pedo doctor, right?
Yeah, you're doing it again. Have you reached out to City Beat?
Not City Beat, no.
Okay.
The only one I know that in media, but I mean, look at Channel 9. Tanya, whatever her name is married to Joe Deers.
Right. So have you reached out to City Beat?
No, not City Beat. Anyone in particular?
Just call them, ask about, I don't remember the young lady's name who was there, who was doing the investigative stories. But I know she was really keen on, at one point she was asking, like, where is somewhere where you see corruption that needs to be exposed? Now, this was a while ago. She's probably not there anymore because this might have been 15 years ago. But call City Beat. Explain to the editors, or talk to whoever it is that answers the phone when you contact City Beat. Explain to them this corruption that needs to be exposed. They'll probably put you in touch with whoever it is that does their investigative reporting.
They'll probably put a hit out on me. Well, the problem with white people is...
Why would City Beat put a hit out on you?
Because they're in on it too. Here's the problem with white people, right? They have this issue with the word entitlement. Okay, I'm going to give you an example. I can only think of like a personal
City Beat is
example.
in on it too.
Okay, like my son is special needs, so he is supposed to get transportation. I can't use the waiver.
Hold on. Again,
okay?
How old is your son now?
Oh, he's 18. Just hear me out real quick. So they sent him all the way across town to Bryanville, to Academy of World Languages, right? Where the principal is a social worker. He has like a multi-million-dollar therapy business. And, like, the bus was never coming, and they were charging him with truancy. But every time I complained about it, people were like, oh, well, he's your kid. He's your responsibility. We're not entitled. You're not entitled for a bus to take him yourself. Now, multiply that by 36,000 students. It's not entitlement. Under the law, our kids are entitled to transportation. You see what I'm saying? under the law, they are entitled to lunch. Don't tell me to pack my lunch,
Shelly.
my kids' lunch.
Shelly,
What?
I just want to bring to your memory that I don't know if it was the last time we talked or the time before that, and you were discussing the issues with your son, and I was asking you about your son, and you said your son was fine. You said you made sure that your son was taken care of so he didn't have to rely on those services. So,
But here's the thing, though. You got to think about it. The Medicaid waiver, which there's like 22,000 kids or something like that in Hamilton County that have a Medicaid MRDD waiver. It's worth over $60,000 to over $100,000 a year. We never see that money. Okay, we never see it.
but you said you didn't need it.
I just said I'm making it work without it.
No, that's not what you said. You said you didn't need it. You said you made a
Well,
good
everybody
living,
needs-
and his father made a good living, and so you guys
Right,
didn't need
right.
it.
Don't twist my words, okay? You're right. I made
didn't.
it work.
I'm
without
using your
support.
words.
I made it work without that.
not
Without
what you
that
said.
help, I did make it work.
It's not
That
what you
doesn't
said.
mean it's okay. Yes, we did need the help, but I made it work without it. So where did the money go? You don't get a waiver unless the money is there, okay? That's the whole entitlement crap. Yeah, you can make do without it,
So,
but that's
Shelley,
not the point.
So, Shelly, again, I'm going to suggest call City Beat.
Okay, but do you see what I'm saying about the entitlement thing? Like, it's a civil rights issue. And yes, we got to stop making that a dirty word, but it's tainted because of, like, Damon Lynch.
And most people don't believe civil rights is a dirty word except for racist white people.
No, well, white boomers, they can't stand anything to do with civil rights. There's no such thing as
That's
a
what I said,
Republican
racist white
civil
people.
rights attorney. There's not. It doesn't exist.
All right. Well,
But
Shelly,
that's all.
I appreciate your call.
You know what? Real quick, you want to hear my theory? I told you they wanted a race riot because remember the Steve Riley beatdown?
I do.
Okay, well, the same, the Tukla, the prosecuting attorney from Claremont County, was also the one. I mean, they always call him in for like whatever. Okay, think about this. They did charge the son, okay, with what they charged him with? Disturbance, right? Public disturbance or something like that.
I don't remember, but whatever they charged him with, he didn't have like a $500,000 bond, and he didn't face 30 years in jail. So.
Well, here's the kicker, though. Steve Riley's son should have been charged with a felony, okay? But he got off on a misdemeanor. He didn't get a DUI. He was driving Simon Lisa's truck, okay? And, you know, the gay lady, what's her name, McGuffey, she gave the Rileys $10,000 to their nonprofit. Now, it's not left or right. It's a dirty game. So, yes, I do think they should charge the white guy in the beatdown recently, only because if they don't, then how can they explain charging the Steve Riley victim? Because it points out the fact that, yes, in Hamilton County and Cincinnati, they do come after the victims. Yes, they do, which is what Holly said. So, and then how are you going to let Steve Riley's son off with a misdemeanor? He beat an elderly people. That's a protected class.
All right.
So, yes, that should, like, add to the argument because, yes, also it was a Republican. It was Melissa Powers who let that happen, not Pillage.
All right.
I'm just saying. All right.
All right.
See you later.
All right. That was Shelly. Yeah, I remember Shelly said they didn't need it. I was asking her about it. And she said they didn't need the help. They didn't need the help. I don't know why I be remembering them little details. When your story changes, it makes me a little suspect. But I know, over years, something happens. Because it's funny. I was sharing with Mrs. Livingston the other day a story. And I told her the story. And then she asked me about the story again. And I'm like, I don't even remember. For whatever reason, sometimes when you let it go, like you hold all of those details in and then you let it go and you remember in such great detail. And then you can't remember in that because I don't know, something about it. I released it. It was a story that she knew all the details about. But she asked me to kind of repeat the story to her. And I told her in great detail. And she's like, yep, how do you remember all those details? And I'm like, I don't remember. And then later on, she was like, tell that story again. I was like, I can't remember all of the details. So that I'm trying to give Shelly maybe a little, Like maybe she forgot that they really had all of that money and that they didn't need it. And she's like, no, we just made things work. But that wasn't what she said earlier. But when you change the details, it does make people question the validity of the story. In case people didn't know that. She go to City Beat. If City Beat put a hit out on her, City Beat ain't put no hit out on her. He put no hit out on her. Sometimes she just be saying stuff. But for real, if you are like super passionate about something, it's probably your purpose to work to fix it, to make things better. I genuinely believe that. All right, y'all. I think I'm about to get out of here. I did get a few calls. Ron D, you can call back, if you're in a position where you can call. Someone else called anonymously. That they must have said they wanted to go by the name Anonymous because I actually put Anonymous in there. So whoever you are, you can call back as well. I'll give those people a few minutes to call in. And somebody said the meeting was on Thursday. When is the special meeting? 10 a.m. special meeting. I thought it was tomorrow. But somebody said it's Thursday. And I don't want anyone to be confused. I don't want anybody to be confused. Because I'm confused now. Because, Tuesday, Thursday, they both begin with T. You could be confused. So, I think I saw Nate on here. I know Nate knows. When is the special 10 a.m. meeting that Scotty Johnson called about? Or not called about. The Scotty Johnson and Jen Michelle called. Thursday, okay. Janice and Wonder Woman, they both said it's Thursday. Okay. Then why did I think it was Tuesday? Because they both begin with a T. That's why. Tuesday, Thursday, they both begin with a T. All right. Well, it looks like Ron's not calling back. Anonymous not calling back. So I'm going to get out of here. I want everybody to enjoy the rest of your evening. I got some things that I have to do. As I always tell you guys, hold on. Emanuel, do you recall who at NAN press conference put the city on the 48-hour notice for changes to be brought? I don't remember. Hold on a second. Caller?
What's up? I was calling back, man.
No.
What you mean, no, man?
No calling back.
You flame me and all that. I can't call back.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I know how you is.
No calling back.
Hey, man.
Hit me tomorrow if I'm here. All right?
Yeah, whatever. If you here and stuff, but you ain't gonna be there and all that.
I might be.
Man, it's crazy, man. How you let your boy get on there? He don't even call no stations, whatever. Black Line.
All right, this is beginning to sound.
No,
like,
you started this Jerry Springer.
This is beginning to sound like a
2.0, just
call.
like your uncle and stuff.
I appreciate you listening and
man,
participating.
fuck you.
Ain't no callbacks. Oh, I thought it was what is his name that keep coming up? It keep coming up as twin. Fame. Etzel. That's who I thought it was. What was I in the middle of saying when he called? I was saying, get out there, enjoy the rest of the day. And as always, be the reason that somebody smiles. Until next time, I'm out, y'all. Peace.